A little bit of a different stream for you here tonight. Cards here with uh, GM games with our Draft Day Sports College Basketball CBGM. Should be the last finals last season that we do on 2021 before we move over to Draft Day Sports College Basketball 2022. But tonight we're bringing you the Final Four. And assuming it doesn't run crazy long, I'll try to do the championship game as well. I talked to the other teams, the other owners that are in it. I know everybody's fine just running it all tonight. So that's what I'm going to do. We're just going to run 2D sims of both of these games, assuming that it goes off without problems. If there's any issues or integrity, anything, we'll just stop it, and I'll save it and send it back to Chris so they can get it straightened out. But, yeah, so we got our check marks up here. The only thing I'll adjust in the games is the speed to make sure that we're flowing along. Normally Chris sims all of these, and he just can't do it right at this moment. So he sent it over to me, and I'm going to give it a go, and we'll see how it works out. I'm just like quadruple checking, like I've got the check marks. Gonna hit play sim, and it should just let us watch. We're going into 2D gameplay, and it looks like we're going to get the misery out of the way first. We're going to let Florida beat me so that I can be disappointed and then have to sim 2 more games after my team's out. So this should be a blast. Guys, let me know if the volume is off, if anything's messed up or whatever. What's up, Midnight Warlock? Yeah. So this isn't going to be my streaming save. This is all straight up CBGM. We're going to go ahead and press escape. We're going to skip through that. All right, starting lineups here. Obviously, I'm pretty familiar with this Louisville lineup. Casey Houston, Andrew Robinson, and Kelvin Stewart, all former 5-star guys. Barnes, the former 2-star guy, and then Kevin McCarty's a freshman this year. He was a pretty big-time recruit. Looking through that Florida lineup, Timothy Stephan, I know, was an absolute great recruit. I think he was a 5-star guy. I went after him pretty hard. Granberry, the name sounds familiar, so I think he was one of those guys that was up there. The other 3 I'm not as familiar with. Albrecht, and the stats don't look spectacular. I feel like he was a pretty good recruit, though, and he's obviously playing well. I mean, he's a freshman point guard. He's got his team in the Final Four, so should be a heck of a matchup here. The 1-seed Louisville Cardinals, the 2-seed Florida Gators. Let's get this tipped off. All right, so it will be bit of a learning experience here as I figure out what speed we want to be at. This is going to be too slow. Might only be able to change this when it's paused. No, Midnight Warlock, no mistake, buddy. Appreciate having you in here. I hope to see you in the CBGM soon. There we go. Robinson tying this game up early. Try one more time to speed it up here. I might have to pause it to speed it up. So let's wait until the next dead ball and see if this opens up. I feel like this is grayed out where everything else is more white. Like that looks gray. Albrecht makes it 4-2. Oh, McCarty from deep gets the Villa ahead by 1. All right, so what speed are we on? It doesn't say, but we can turn it up from there. So let me know how that 2D sim looks and how we're moving. This might be a better speed. We'll see. All right, Kelvin Stewart picks up a foul there. Barnes has already got one, so Louisville getting in a little bit of foul trouble. Stephan makes a 14-footer. Turnover, foul. Chris Barnes in foul trouble early. Florida out to an 8-5 lead. And then Stephan blocks a Casey Houston shot on the inside. So Florida off to a great start. Grabbing a couple offensive rebounds there. Still couldn't get it to go. Louisville throws it around and Casey Houston knocks down a 17-footer. And then Stephan answers right back. The big men stepping out. Houston goes for 17 foot. Stephan says, anything you can do, I can do better, and goes for 18 feet. A lot of stopping and starting here early. All right, 10-7. 10-9 now. 5 minutes in. Both teams going back and forth. McCarty with the dunk brings it to 11-10. Barnes from deep, 14-10. So Louisville on a little bit of a run here. Florida was out to a fast start. Louisville gets the 7-0 run. And now they're going back and forth. Robinson with the little 5-foot shot on the inside. Now Louisville trying to get it going here. Up 6. All right, so they missed a couple free throws. But then Florida comes back with the 3-point shot. Keeps it within 3. So we're nearing the halfway point here in the first half. Nice little back and forth game so far. Really sincerely hope there's nothing that I'm supposed to do because I don't see any like substitutions and stuff happening yet. So we'd just like to see like a substitution so I know I'm not screwing everything up. Otherwise we have to emergency call Chris and ask him what the heck. If anybody's in chat watching and knows that we screwed something up, please yell at me. Do we have pause all stops, enable, return to game? Subs and coaching, this should all be automatic, right? Because I'm the commissioner, I can't do anything here. We already checked the options. Enable auto sub. That's probably what I should be doing. All right, let's go ahead and enable the auto sub. I think we should have done that right off the bat. But, honest mistake, it happened to both teams. They can both deal with it now equally. Hopefully that fixes this and they get their stuff figured out. Yeah, there we go. Now we're getting substitutions. So 21-19. Andrew Robinson knocks down one of the 2 free throws, and now we're on course here. 8 minutes left in the first half. Still a tight game. I think everybody's going to be fine here. So Marquette Wallace checks into the game, knocks down a quick shot on the inside. Now Florida takes 2 from the line, and we're back to a tie game with 8 minutes to go in the first half. It's a good game. It's a good back and forth. I know Chris has done this a few times and just had blowout after blowout. And at least so far, this looks good. We'll see what happens. Both teams have pulled out to 4 or 5 point leads here and there. But they keep pulling it back closer. I think we might go down to the wire here. So hopefully we'll get, 3 good games tonight. At least 2, if not all 3. Another dead ball there as Albrecht turns it over for the Gators. McCarty missed the 3. That must have gone out of bounds. Now a defensive foul on Casey Houston. So Houston picks up his second. Robinson already with 2. Louisville's got a handful of players in foul trouble. Also Bryant for Florida in a little bit of foul trouble here. Oh, Aaron Coates knocks down the 3 to put the Cardinals back up. Can I explain how the CBGM league works? A little bit of verbal explanation. Yeah, 1 second. Let me straighten out what's going on here. Florida at the line, pulls back to 1. So basically with the online thing, we have a file for the entire league. You'll get the zip once, and you put that into your saves folder for wherever you have your college basketball 2021 save, or now it's going to be the 22 game. So wherever you have all of your saves, you copy and paste that file into there, and then once you're up and set up, all you got to do is once a day. For the most part, it's once a day. Chris will run the sim. You go in and hit update the league. It'll update the file on your own. Then you do whatever you need to do. When you're done making changes, you upload it. And then at the designated time, Chris pulls all the uploads so he can see the changes that you made. There's a handful of things, firing, extending coaches, redshirting players, a handful of things that you'll get very clear instructions in Discord about that can only be done by the commissioner. But everything else, you just upload it. He pulls your upload, and that keeps the file up to date. Down to a minute in the first half, still a 1-point game. Now Florida is going to jump in and take the lead here off the, was it Mike Holden? It was a little 7-foot jump shot. Back and forth action. Louisville trying to close it out. 6 seconds left. Gonzalez knocks down a couple of free throws, and Florida, Jamarcus Hull with the 3-point jump shot at the buzzer. It's all even at the half. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what you come in here to watch the Final Four. You're coming in for a game like this, 41-41 between the Gators and the Cardinals. Let's just keep this going. This is way better than any of the Final Fours Chris has been stuck streaming. Interesting lineup here coming back from the half for Louisville. It looks like they're starting off with Wallace and Gonzalez on the inside, with Robinson and Houston being in some foul trouble. And now Wallace picks up his second. Stephen also not in the game for Florida. So definitely not starters back out there to start off the second half. Maybe with the first dead ball, both teams can get their starting rotations back out. Mostly starters are out there. All right, so there we get Corey Andrews missing the 6-foot jumper. And no, we're still sticking with some backups. So could be some foul trouble for Stephen as well. If there is, then I probably missed it. Breeze says playing trick cards over here. Not trying to. Although we've stretched it out to 6 again. And Schulte misses the 3, goes out of bounds. Florida puts on the press. We break it. Wallace scores again. And here we go. Louisville stretching out to 8 with the ball. Take it to the post. Fouled. Free throws. 10-point ball game. So our first 10-point lead of the game. Now, do I need to, turn subs back on for the second half or something? It seems to not be doing substitutions again. I'll look. I'll open up this options here in a second. At the next dead ball, I don't want to be doing anything. Here we go. Dead ball. Oh, no, there's Casey Houston, there's Robinson, there's Stephen. So subs are back on, they're working, they're doing fine. Those guys were all just sitting with some foul trouble early. Albrecht with the turnover, and then Gooden gives it right back to the Gators. So the Gators trying to make a move here. Missed the close one, now a kicked ball. Louisville running Eric Gooden at the 3. Oh, somebody got it into Casey Houston, though. Louisville up 12. Halfway through the second half here, Louisville pulling away a little bit. Getting danger time for the Gators. Coates knocks down the 13-foot jumper, and it's 14. So there's the big-time answer by Florian Bryant. This was 41-41 at the half, guys. Louisville was on a 6? What is it? Yeah, 20-6 run there to start the second half. Florida knocks down a basket to stop the bleeding, can't get the free throws, and now Casey Houston stretching it back out to 14. Well, the deep 3 didn't go. Louisville, basket and a foul. Casey Houston's got 18 points. Wallace has 11. Louisville really hurting them on the inside here. Florian Bryant also has 12 for Florida. He's got 7 rebounds to go along with it. And Louisville's just spending too much time at the free throw line so far in this second half. Florida knocks down another jumper to keep it to 12. Now the Aaron Coates turnover gives Florida an opportunity to bring it back within 10. Missed the shot, gets the free throws, Florida within 10. They've got that press on. So I imagine we're going to see that for a lot of this second half. Marquette Wallace hits the dunk, and then Carell Sterrett with the 3. Gators are not going away lightly. McCarty misses the jumper. It's going to be Louisville's ball on the inbound, and then Wallace with another shot. So Louisville really knocking down the shots in this second half. And it's not that Florida isn't, just not quite at the same pace yet. But they got that press on, and anything can happen. What's up, Beach Bear? Glad to have you in here, buddy. 74-63. 7 minutes left in the first game of the night here. Aaron Coates knocks down another 20-foot jumper. Now Bill Green with an answer. Now Florida can cut it under 10. Now, this would be big for them, and they do. Green knocks down the 15-foot shot. It's down to 9. A stop here, and it's really going to tighten back up. There's the stop. Oh, and Florida can't get the bucket. They got the turnover, though, so another stop. Momentum's headed in Florida's way. Hey, Coach Cards, you need a TO, baby. 76-67. Louisville does have the ball back. And another turnover, and the finish at the other end for Florida. It's down to 7. 4 minutes to go. Can Florida claw back into this game? Another stop in a basket. 5 points. All right, Stephen got called for another foul, and he's out of the game, so that was either 4 or 5 on him. Casey Houston only gets 1, but they pull the offensive rebound and then turn it over. 6-point game. Oh, Kelvin Stewart got the dunk. Louisville with the steal and the dunk. Now McCarty gets the foul. 8-point game, missed 3, Louisville ball. 2.5 minutes to go, 8 points. Florida needs more stops. I don't know if they're going to be able to get it with Stephen out of the game. There's McCarty with a 19-footer. Missed the shot. Houston knocks down the 12-footer. Albrecht turnover. Robinson dunk, and now it's just like that. 14 points. Desperation time for Florida here. Louisville should be looking to run clock. Missed 3 there from Schulte. Louisville bringing it back up. There's the foul. Ice this game at the line, and it looks like your Louisville Cardinals, baby, going on to the finals. So at the very least, my night wasn't ruined immediately. I'll get the anticipation of this next game, and we'll see what happens in the championship. But in the first leg of this Final Four tonight, Louisville 92, the Florida Gators 71. Casey Houston with a monster 23-point game. Faced that foul trouble early in the first half. Fought through it. Wallace played some good backup minutes there, and the Cardinals are moving on. So, there is the first game. Take a look at some of the stats. Points-wise, McCarty and Barnes also into double digits for Louisville, along with Wallace and Coates off the bench. For Florida, it was Florian Bryant trying to do a lot. Corey Andrews got into double digits. Green as well with 12. Take a look here. What do we got? 31% from 3 versus 41. So Louisville with an edge there. Florida better at the line, although Louisville got there more often. And, 55% to 34%. So Louisville beat them inside the three-point line. Points in the paint. Right there's the difference in the ball game. Louisville got 36. Florida could only get to 18. Big-time second half. Pushes the Cards past the Gators. So, here we go. Back again. Now we got the Baylor Bears. And yes, once again, looking to make their 4th straight appearance in the national championship game. It's Chris's Creighton Blue Jays. And you can't blame Chris. He's not even streaming this one. I'm streaming it. We'll see how it goes. But if they get to the national championship for a 4th year in a row, you're talking about CBGM's first dynasty. Yeah, we want to play and sim this 2D gameplay. I'll make sure. Maybe this is what we didn't do last time. If we change both these to AI. I had it all on human control last time, and then I just enabled subs. It should all be on AI control, I believe. We'll make sure to get that set before the next game goes off. All right, taking a look at the starting lineups, Kerwin Montgomery right out of the gate for Baylor. I remember that was a big-time recruit early, and you can see he's a senior now. Kevin Myers for Creighton obviously did a number on Louisville last year in the national championship game, along with Luke Woolley. So a couple of familiar faces there for Creighton. Lots of seniors for Creighton. Baylor just has the one, but he's at the most important position on the floor. Going to be leading the offense there for the Bears. So let's get to tip-off. Let's see what happens. Yeah, Florida's guards just didn't get it done. And yeah, this is better. It doesn't have all the options on the side, which should not have been there to begin with. But I mean, it's recorded. You guys saw I wasn't messing with anything other than the game speed. So let's see what happens. Baylor and Creighton. Kevin Myers with the early foul. Baylor grabs one from the line. So it saved the speed that I had the last game on. I think this is a comfortable speed for me to just call it out. Hopefully you guys are able to follow it like this. You know what, Kev? I just didn't see it or think about it. I don't normally do the 2D. I've never done the streaming. Fully intend to do that. I don't think that it changed anything. I hope. It certainly wasn't my intention. I just missed it. I could tell something was wrong, though, because it wasn't doing the subs. Luckily, there was an option in-game to straighten that out. All right, well, both these teams, all right, Baylor's going to knock down a free throw there to take the lead. You know, they're not doing much yet other than Creighton picking up a ton of fouls. But there's Kevin Myers, steal and a dunk. Baylor with the miss. Myers pulls in another rebound. And there's the charge. So it's going back the other way for the Bears. Get the foul there. Monty Tiggs misses a 13-foot jump shot. But he's able to knock him down from the line. Now we got 8-5. Creighton showing a little bit of pressure. Baylor breaks it. And Schoonover with the turnover. That's an unfortunate name for a guard that, you know, probably has a fair number of turnovers. You know, not anything related to his talent, just guards are going to have turnovers. And if your name's Schoonover, that's like bad pun central. Creighton, Woolley knocked down the three. Creighton pulls out to 12-7 lead. Baylor with the quick answer, then a stop. Get their offensive rebound back and pull it back. Another 1-point game. All right, so through the first 6 minutes, this one's really, really even. Brooks Fox gets to the line for a couple. Baylor back up by 3. And there's Kerwin Montgomery getting himself to the line. And then Woolley drains a 6-footer. Ooh, Creighton with the stop. Creighton with the, what do you got? Myers with the layup. And then Raymond turns it over. Uh-oh. Another foul on Kevin Myers. That's 2 on the big man. Could be a little bit of trouble for Creighton. Although they've got the lead. But this year the big difference is, last year they had that just ginormously talented freshman playing on the inside alongside Myers. And this year they do not have that. So the early foul trouble on Myers could be an issue, but they still got the lead. Still a 3-point game. But Baylor's keeping it real nice and close, just like we saw in that first game. You know, one team gets a 3-point, 4-point, 5-point lead, and then answer right back. Wasn't until the second half that Louisville really took off. So let's see if the same thing happens in this game, or if we can get down to the wire for once in our Final Four careers in the CBGM. We need a game to go to the wire. Brent Foster with the 3 ties it up at 27. So 12 minutes in, absolutely nothing's been decided or figured out. We're right back to even. Now Creighton, you can see they're fighting on the rebounds, and they're just not getting any shots down. So, you would think with Myers, Myers is back in. Back in with the 2 fouls. Ireland also in there with 2 fouls. But really, so far it's been Luke Woolley with his 12 points. Now, Foster for Baylor is already up to 10 points. Montgomery with 6. There's a turnover. Baylor coming the other way. Can't make it happen. All right, so there's Thurman Raymond picking up another foul. So they're going to slide Foster down to the 2, right? Foster was their 3. They slid him down to the 2 and brought in Butler. Baylor shuffling guys around a little bit. Into Myers, can't find it. Woolley tries from 17, picks up the foul, knocks down the free throws to break a little bit of a scoring drought there for Creighton. But Baylor right back, and they're up 3. All right, so Myers back in the game. He got a couple of quick touches, made one happen last time, and then got back to the foul line. And there's another 2 from Kevin Myers. So he's obviously, and there's the dunk from Myers. So he's a huge part of this Creighton team this year. He needs to be on the court. I'm sure that's why you see him out there with his 2 fouls. It is definitely not the time of year to be playing it safe. Woolley picked up another foul. So now Creighton's top 2 returning players, both with 2 fouls, as Skelton turns it over, gives it back to Baylor. Baylor takes the opportunity to go up 5. So this is probably Creighton's biggest deficit of this game so far. And then Brooks Fox knocks down the 20-foot shot to pull him back in. Baylor can't connect. Oh, that was 3? Raymond got fouled on a 3. So lucky for Creighton, he missed the first 2. Otherwise, that could have been very ugly, because I think that might have been the 3rd on Ireland. But Martin Thomas comes back with a 12-footer and the free throw, and it's right back to a 1-point game. Last minute of the half. Another foul on Skelton. What's our team fouls at here? Creighton already past 10. Baylor only with the 18 fouls so far. All right. So, 20 minutes in, Baylor up by 4. So, yeah, Creighton's entire starting lineup with 2 personal fouls. Baylor only has Raymond and Taylor with 2. Nobody else close to any kind of foul trouble for Baylor. Definitely an issue to keep your eye on, especially here with Myers and Woolley. Woolley's been having a great game. We just got to keep these guys on the court. Woolley got his 18 minutes in. Myers only able to stay on the court for 14. They're going to probably want to see 30 minutes out of him. If he can stay on the court 30 minutes, they're going to have a decent shot. And if he can't, they're going to be in some trouble, because they've already got a deficit to make up. And right out of the half, Myers gets inside, gets fouled, makes 1 of 2 free throws, and then Woolley with the dunk. So right back to a 1-point ball game. There's Kerwin Montgomery knocking it down from 20. Schoonover with the foul. Kerwin turns it over. Myers couldn't make that one happen. Baylor missed on the other end as an answer. It's back and forth a little bit. Looks like Creighton might be in a zone. And there's Myers. Missed the shot at the rim. Was it at least? He wasn't even fouled. He just missed it. Then knocked it out of bounds off of himself. All right, so Baylor, a nice little 6-point lead here with the ball. Skelton pulls it back to 4, back to 2. All right, so no big runs for either of these teams yet in the second half. Woolley with the turnover. 5-point game for Baylor. 7-point game for Baylor. Ten-point game. Now Baylor's making a run. Myers missed it. Made the free throws to stop that little bit of a run. But Baylor can see some daylight now. And there's trouble. Jacob Taylor missed the 20-foot shot, but Myers picks up his 3rd. Can't make him pay from the line, though. Myers staying on the court with 3. Kerwin Montgomery turns it over. Skelton gives it right back. Trading back and forth with the turnovers here from the point guards. Woolley missed the 3, but Creighton's going to hold on to the ball. And there's Myers to the basket. Oh, Kendrick Stoner dunks it. So Stoner, 6 points for Baylor there on the inside. Saying there's more than one big man in this game. And there's Luke Woolley with the 3. That's what I saw. I got nightmares in my head of Luke Woolley knocking down 3s. There's no Anton Gordon alongside him this year. And that might be a problem for Creighton. Because outside of Myers and Woolley, not a whole lot of anything from anybody. Unless you want to count all of Skelton's turnovers. There's Ahmad Ireland with an 18-footer. Brings it back to 8. And Baylor says, nope, we'll keep it at 10. Thank you very much. Woolley to the line. Stephen Van Hook with the layup. Myers with the quick answer. Taylor right back at him. All right, it's been this like 8 to 12 point thing for quite a while now. Is Creighton going to pull back in it, or is Baylor going to stretch it out? One of these teams is 9 minutes away from a date with Louisville. Woolley with another foul. Nine-point game. Oh, Montgomery with the 3. It's out to 12 for Baylor. The Bears are feeling really good. Brooks Fox puts a little bit of a... Oh, and then Kerwin with another 3. That's the quickest way I can imagine to score 6 points. Just those back-to-back 3s. Kerwin stretching it out. Baylor by 13. They're swinging. Then Daryl Carson with the 3. And Taylor, oh, man. It felt like a lifeline. Now Carson with another 3. It feels like he's trying to give Creighton a lifeline, and Baylor just won't let him have it. 11-point game. 6 minutes to go. Can Creighton crawl back in? All right, there's Woolley with a 19-footer. Skelton with another foul. I know Woolley's got 25. Myers with 22. And Creighton just cannot close this gap. All right, Raymond with the turnover. Keeping that pressure on, making them work the ball up the court, and they can't hit the shot. .12-point game, 3.5 minutes. Ooh, it's getting to be danger time for the Blue Jays. Woolley picks up his 4th. Neil Naismith, that's James's great-grandson. Neil knocks him down to put Baylor up by 14. And Creighton's in big trouble. Real big trouble. Two minutes to go. Myers is able to get it inside. Oh, another quick 3 from Carson. And Baylor has another answer. Still up 11 with the ball, down to a minute. And, guys, it's time to knock down free throws and get those hotel reservations squared away, because you're sticking around in Atlanta. Well, this is Atlanta 2020. We're a few years past that. But you're going to be sticking around here for a couple extra days. We're going to have a national championship game. The Baylor Bears put an end to Creighton's run of terror in the CBGM. Creighton's finally out before the national championship game for the first time in the past 4 seasons. And it'll be Baylor and Louisville. So Louisville with our second appearance in a row. So just a quick look. I mean, we talked about Myers and Woolley all day long. Woolley 3 for 5 from 3. Myers added 12 rebounds. And then on the other side, it was all Kerwin Montgomery. 27 points, 7 assists. He did have the 7 turnovers, but, you know, that 5 of 12 3-point shooting, you kind of made up for it. You know, if you have 27 points, you're allowed to turn it over a few times. Foster off the bench also had a big game, going 3 for 3 from behind the arc. So there it is, Baylor and Louisville. Let's see what happens. I'm excited. I really wish that I didn't have this file and I wasn't having to call this game. So I would very much love to have a cold beverage and just observe. But here we are. And I hit quit and it's not doing anything. So let's hope that the game file moves here shortly. Let's wiggle it around. Maybe click on it a second time. Whew. Sometimes that second click like lock a game up, and sometimes it gets it going. So thankfully in this instance it got it going. Now I'm going to save it here just because that was terrifying. And then we're going to get this last game in. It's only been 36 minutes on the stream so far. So the games probably took about 15, 20 minutes each. We'll easily be able to get this one in and stay under an hour for the whole thing. So appreciate you guys that are in here. Appreciate you guys in chat. Anybody that's checking it out, checking out the excitement of the CBGM. I'm a little bit nervous. I would hate to go 0 for 2 in the national championship games, but even Creighton had to get around. Third time was a charm for them. So all is not lost, but with the transfer portal coming up, I fully expect this to be my last really good season, and everything after this is just going to be complete chaos. Playing through a few seasons of the new college basketball, the 2022 version of the game, the transfer portal. I hate it in real life, and the game version is exactly like it. It's terrifying. It's chaos. People are just transfers left and right. It's a wildly important part of the game now. And you see that across college basketball, college football. I'm sure it's affecting other college sports as well. Draft Day Sports has definitely encapsulated that and captured that in their game. So I don't know where my teams will be, but here we go. We're saved. We got Louisville and Baylor. I'm going to remember to check the box this time, or check these 2 boxes that make it AI controlled. And going to 2D gameplay. Let's see what we got. NCAA Finals. You know, I don't think I need to review the starting lineups. We talked about them last time. Kerwin Montgomery is going to be the big-time player for Baylor. Louisville counting on Casey Houston, Kelvin Stewart, and Andrew Robinson. All right, let's get it on. National championship game. Whatever, so I didn't even look at I should have looked at the year so I could at least said what year they're national champions, whoever wins it. So here we go. Kerwin tries early, missed it, went the other way, turnover, Naismith with the layup. Baylor with the first points of the game. Then Casey Houston with the dunk, picks up the foul. Louisville 3, Baylor 2. Now Louisville with a couple of quick fouls. Ooh, Casey Houston stepping back and getting fouled from real deep. All right, McCarty with the 19-footer. Louisville looking nice and solid early. Barnes. All right, Louisville with the early lead, 9-2. Baylor needs to score here. There it is. Kerwin with the 3. So picking up where he left off from behind the arc, and then Casey Houston with a nice quick answer. So 11-5 Louisville. And Schoonover picks up a foul. And then Casey Houston turns it over. Didn't look like a whole lot of pressure there at all. He just gave it up. Kerwin knocks down the 19-footer. And now Robinson with an answer. And Kerwin with another three. He's just unconscious. Whew, thankfully he missed. Somebody guard that dude. When he stands behind the three-point line, somebody needs to guard him. Well, there's Kelvin Stewart with a nice three. Well, I'll tell you what, like, Kerwin is just a gunner. All right, 16-12. It's Kelvin Stewart with another nice jumper. Kerwin Montgomery turns it over. Barnes goes for three. Can't hit, and it looks like Louisville's going to retain possession on the out of bounds. Kerwin, oh no, that one was Neil Naismith. Oh, they're both number 12? That's bizarre. You usually don't see that. I thought I got them confused once, but if it looks like number 12 for Baylor is shooting often, that's because there's two of them. So I don't know. I've never seen that in any of the not CBGM, in any of the Draft Day Sports college basketball games. I don't think I've ever seen the two guys with the same number, but we got it here for Baylor as Eric Gooden knocks down a couple of free throws to extend Louisville's lead to 8. All right, Gooden back to the line again. It's 4 points from Eric Gooden. Coates picks up a foul. And Baylor gets it inside. Stoner with the big-time dunk. Now Louisville's Marquette Wallace can't answer. We got a dead ball out of bounds to Baylor halfway through the first half. There's Wallace knocking down the 10-footer. Gonzalez picks up a foul. Quick turnover. Andrew Robinson inside. Louisville just comfortably trying to stretch out that lead and see if we can keep the ball out of Kerwin Montgomery's hands. And I don't know which is which. They're just throwing it back and forth. It's all Naismith and Montgomery. What do we have there? Shot clock violation? There we go. Yeah, Bill, I like your idea. Technical foul on Baylor. Uniform malfunction. Couple of free throws brings it back to 12. Oh, there's a big-time three from Brent Foster. Little run for Baylor there. Louisville can't stop it. Baylor can't extend it. And there's the answer from McCarty. Ooh, all right. Had a blocked shot in there. I wasn't sure what was going on. You hear the crowd react. It seemed like a turnover or foul or something. It was just a blocked shot. Oh, and there's Aaron Coates from deep. Gets Louisville's lead back up to 12. All right, so Coates got to the basket, got a foul on Kerwin Montgomery, but that's only one for him, so no trouble yet. Still 3.5 minutes left in the first half. Louisville sitting with this comfortable lead, but still very much a close ball game. You've seen the way Kerwin Montgomery can go off from three. Baylor can definitely shoot, so really no lead is safe here as Louisville gives up the ball again. There's a foul on Stewart. Naismith knocks down one from the line. A kicked ball. And then Barnes turns it over. So Louisville's still up by a decent amount. No real great individual performances on the Louisville end so far. But an 11-point lead as the first half winds down. throw it around, run some clock, and Louisville with the shot clock violations. So back over to Baylor. Could have had the last shot there, chose to go quick, and now Barnes misses the three. That's going to bring the half to an end. We've streamed, 40, 80, 100 minutes of basketball here tonight, and we got 20 to go to crown a national championship. As it stands right now, the Louisville Cardinals up 37-26 over the Baylor Bears. But yeah, just like Kerwin Montgomery took a lot of shots. He hit a couple early for a little bit of a run. He's definitely shooting for volume. But as far as standout performances on either side, and Casey Houston 6-6, Taylor here was 8-6. That's about the most exciting thing we've got. Let's see who is going to show up in the second half, who is going to be that MVP of the national championship game, who's going to have their one shining moment, and who's going to go home with the tail between their legs, disappointed. And I would hate to be that guy for the second year in a row. But if Louisville's going to win this, they're going to probably need to get Casey Houston going. All right, so both teams back and forth, both looking a little bit shaky there in the first minute of the second half. And then Naismith hits the 17-footer to get the scoring started in the second half. Then Montgomery with the dunk. That's 4 quick points for Baylor. Right back down to a 7-point game early. Giveaway. Can Baylor convert? No, but they pick up the foul on Houston, which is just his first. Then at the line, Baylor pulls it back. 5-point game. With the ball again. Oh, my. Baylor on quite the run here. And so Kelvin Stewart knocks down a big-time three to get the scoring started in the second half for the Cardinals. And McCarty with the turnover. So Baylor's looking solid. Climb back into it a little bit. The big three from Stewart is really about all that saved them. And, of course, with Creighton just barely missing out on their fourth championship game in a row, you have to bring up the fact that Kelvin Stewart was also a Creighton recruit. He ended up transferring out. But what could have been had Kelvin Stewart not decided to transfer away from the Blue Jays? Kendrick Stoner knocks down the three. This is back to a 1-point game real quick. A lot of basketball. Oh, Baylor almost took the lead. Barnes can't hit. Louisville another shot. Kelvin Stewart with the dunk. So Houston really hasn't been able to get off. Kelvin Stewart's starting to make some noise, but now Thurman Raymond with a chance to go to the line and tie this game. He does. We're all tied up with 13 minutes to go. There's Casey Houston from 13. I would really like for that technical foul on Baylor to be called now for the uniform violation. If somebody could make that happen. Oh, shot clock violation. I'll take that. Baylor going to slap on the press. Forces a turnover from Robinson. And Naismith with the three. Baylor takes the lead. Coates with a quick answer. The Cards back up by 2. Louisville throws it around. Ends up with a timeout. Turnover. Baylor can't tie. Stewart with another miss from 3. Oh, and there's Brent Foster putting Baylor back up by 1. And then Coates with the baseline jumper. Back and forth we go with 9 minutes and the entire everything on the line. The national championship game. Louisville with the big-time first-half lead, and now Baylor's taken off. They're up 3 with the ball. They could extend it. They're up 5. Baylor, just a huge second half here. Now Robinson makes a 6-footer and gets fouled. Brings it back to 2. Down to 7 minutes. Taylor with the layup to extend the lead back to 4. Coates misses. You'll wonder if Louisville's panicking here a little bit. They do not have the senior guards. And there's Baylor on the inside. Jacob Taylor with another dunk. 6-point game. Turnover Louisville. All right. This is looking awful for me. It's a great game, but it is breaking my heart. So Baylor knocks down 2, extends the lead to 10. Louisville is in a bad place. Quick answer, back to 8, 5 minutes to go. You know, somebody might want to tell them their advantage is on the inside because they seem bound and determined to sit back and chuck threes all night long. Oh, and Barnes knocks one down. Pulls it back to 5. Kerwin, the answer. Stewart, another 3. Foster missed the 3. Louisville ball, down 4, 3.5 to go. This is the game we've been waiting for. Nice, close national championship. Under 3. Kerwin misses the 3. Louisville brings it up. Baylor kick ball. 2.5 minutes. Baylor steals it. They get the offensive rebound. 4-point game. Louisville rebound. With the 3. It's a 1-point game. 1:45. Kelvin Stewart just exploding from behind the line. Louisville with the ball. Chance to go up. Marquette Wallace dunks it. Louisville's up by 1. 1 minute to go. Butler knocks it down for Baylor to take the lead. Wallace misses from 10, out of bounds. Cardinal ball, 50 seconds left in the national championship. Wow. Here we go. Barnes turns it over. Can Baylor extend the lead? They do. Dylan Butler knocks it down from 8. 3-point game, 30 seconds. Louisville brings it up, turns it over. The foul on Kelvin Stewart. Free throw missed. Still a 3-point game. Louisville gets a second life. Kelvin Stewart misses from 3, and that's the ball game. That's brutal. But congratulations to the Baylor Bears. As much as Kerwin Montgomery had to do in the Final Four, that was a really balanced effort from them in this game. 4 starters in double figures. Their inside guys had a great night on the boards. And the Baylor Bears are the national champions. So there you have it. I'm going to go cry somewhere because this was a fantastic team. And, Baylor just played their hearts out. I'm guessing, was it rebounding? Where was the big difference here? Certainly wasn't from 3. Baylor did not shoot well from 3. I don't know where the rebounds were even. Turnovers, they had a little bit of an edge on turnovers. Yeah, they just outplayed us. And, it was a close game. It went back and forth. And, when you have a close game, you might not necessarily have any big differences statistically. So, pretty good game, pretty tough back and forth, and the Baylor Bears pull it out. So, that's all I can take of this. It's brutal having to stream your own soul-crushing defeat. So, I'm just going to save it right here. And then I'm going to leave it. Yeah, Casey Houston didn't have a great game, got outplayed on the inside. That's absolutely right. And Robinson didn't really do what he needed to do. Neither did Wallace. Kelvin Stewart was the only player that really showed up for Louisville. But credit those Baylor guys on the inside. They're the ones that shut them down. I'm going to save it right here and then just leave this up and talk to Chris so I figure out how to get the file back to him safely. But it is saved. The Baylor win is in the book. And, guys, thanks for stopping by, but this stream is in the book. That's all I'm doing. Hope you all appreciated it. I don't intend to do this long term. We're going to try to get this file back over to Chris just as soon as we can. But, with his move and everything, we're helping him out. He couldn't do it this time. Hopefully he can do it again soon. But for now, just as soon as this thing stops spinning around and unlocks my screen, I'm going to minimize this and cut the stream. So, just waiting on the league to save. God, that was such a good Louisville team. They played so well all year. After that first half, I thought we had it. I thought we were going to run away and win that championship game by 20. And Baylor just did not let that happen. So there we go. Game is saved. I'm out of here. Thank you all for stopping by, and I'll see you all next time.